Good morning students, welcome back again. I hope you all are doing good. Today we are going to start with the new topic, that is merits or advantages of sole proprietorship. Students, in our previous class we have studied about different forms of business organization. Okay, we have started with the first form of business organization, that is sole proprietorship. We have studied about the meaning of sole proprietorship and its features. Today we are going to study about the merits and demerits of sole proprietorship. Let us begin now. So the topic is merits or advantages of sole proprietorship. See the first point, quick decision making. See, what are the advantages? Okay, what are the positive points of sole proprietorship or form of organization? The first point is quick decision. See the explanation. A sole trader takes the decision quickly as he is not required to consult anybody about his decisions. That's correct. See students, in sole proprietorship we have studied that in this form of business organization there is only one owner. Okay, so a sole trader means he is the only owner. Okay, he is the single individual, he is the one owner that takes the decision quickly. Okay, so he is the only owner, so any decisions regarding the organization is taken by him only. Okay, it is not required to consult anybody about his decisions because no else is the owner of the business, or nobody else is managing the business. Okay, so he is the only owner, he is the single individual, so whatever the decisions are taken, whatever the decisions are to be taken regarding the business, he will take all the decisions. Okay, there is no requirement to consult somebody else. Okay, so in this way, if he will take the decisions by himself, so he can take the decisions quickly then and there because there is no requirement to consult others, right? Now the second is confidentiality. Okay, confidentiality says what? See, all the secrets are confined with the owner, they are not shared with anybody. Students, that's very simple to understand, as we are studying and we are saying this again and again, that in sole proprietorship form of organization there is only one owner. Okay, so all the secrets of the organization, or all the confident things of the organization, confidential matters of the organization, important issues of the organization are confined with whom? Are confined with the owner itself. Okay, because he is the single individual, so all the secret matters, all the important issues, okay, everything is restricted to him only. He is the only one who knows about everything. He will not share this thing, like the business things, with anybody else. So the confidentiality of important matters will be maintained because it is confined to the owner itself, right? That is very simple. Now the third is direct incentive. Now direct incentive means what? See, incentives mean generally the sum of money which you earn. Okay, like in the form of salary, like the people earn salary, wages. Okay, so that is the incentive. Now see the explanation. Direct relationship between efforts and reward provide incentive to the sole trader to work hard. Direct relationship between efforts and reward provide incentive to the sole trader to work hard. See student, there is direct relationship between efforts and reward, which means that if the proprietor puts extra efforts, then profit increases, right? If the proprietor means if the owner of the business puts extra effort, then definitely there will be increase in income, then profit will increase, and the proprietor will get extra income out of that profit. So that income is what? That income is the reward. That income is the reward for his effort, means that income is the reward for the efforts which he has put. So all the efforts which he has put in the business, he is the only one who is going to get all the rewards, right? So there is direct incentive, means there is nobody else, okay, to receive that income. He is the only one. If he will do the hard work, if he will put the efforts, then he is the only one who will get all the what benefits, get all the reward. Okay, so there is direct incentive, means whatever the efforts he will put, and according to the efforts he will earn the income, right? Now the fourth is sense of accomplishment. Okay, see student, these are the advantages. Okay, advantages of sole proprietorship. Sense of accomplishment, see the explanation. There is a personal satisfaction involved in working for oneself. The success in business not only contribute to self-satisfaction but also instills in a sense of accomplishment and confidence. That's very correct. Okay, sense of accomplishment. There is a personal satisfaction involved in working for oneself. See students, if we work for ourselves, okay, if we work towards improving our business, okay, so definitely we will be satisfied with that. So there is a personal satisfaction, the people feel satisfied to work for themselves. Okay, the success in business not only contribute to self satisfaction. Now if the owner, or if the person, okay, who is the owner of the business is working for himself and he is getting success, then definitely it will be a it will bring satisfaction to him. Okay, so success in business not only contribute to the self satisfaction, means it not only contribute to the self satisfaction but also it instills a sense of accomplishment and confidence, means the owner will feel like he has achieved something in his life for himself. Okay, he will gain new confidence, right? So to work for oneself, okay, to work towards the benefit of oneself, to grow oneself, okay, to make the success, okay, so that in that sense the person will feel self satisfaction because they are trying to do something good for themselves, okay, and they are getting success in that. So that generally brings them self satisfaction, they will be satisfied with their work, but in the same time there will be a sense of confidence, there will be a sense of accomplishment, that they will feel like they have achieved something in their life. Okay, they will feel more confident, okay, and they will work very hard for their business, for the success of their business, right? So this is also the advantage of sole proprietorship. Now the next is easy to form and dissolve. As we know, the sole proprietorship form of organization is very easy to form and dissolve. How? Let us see. It can be easily started and closed as there is no need to observe any legal formalities. As I told you earlier also, except in some organization which require license. Okay, some of the organization like the alcohol store or the drug store, they require license to open or to start their business. Rest all other business, like for example your grocery shop, your clothes shop, so these kinds of shop doesn't require any license. Okay, so it is very easy for them to start the business, and whenever they want to shut their business they can easily close their business. Okay, there is no legal formalities required. Okay, so these points prove that why sole proprietorship form of the organization is advantageous. Now moving to the next topic, that is demerits or disadvantages of sole proprietorship. The first point is limited resources. See the explanation. Funds are limited to the owner's personal saving, that is his capital and his borrowing capacity. See student, what are the disadvantages of sole proprietorship form of the organization? The first is limited resources. It means that, like as we have studied in the sole proprietorship, that there is only one owner. Okay, so he is the only one who is going to arrange all the funds for the business. Okay, so whatever the funds he is arranging or whatever the resources he is arranging for the business is limited. Okay, because he is the only owner. Okay, and the funds are limited to the owner's personal saving, whatever he has saved and whatever he has borrowed from others, it is restricted to that only. Okay, so there is always limited resources with him. Okay, he don't have unlimited resources because he is the only owner, and he uses the funds out of his personal savings, okay, or by borrowing from somebody, right? So this can be a disadvantage because he do not have more resources, okay, in terms of machineries, you can say, okay, in terms of money or any other resources, they have limited resources, right? Now the second limitation is limited life of a business. Limited life of a business says what? Death, insolvency, lunacy, or illness of a proprietor may lead to its closure. See, if any, like, if the death, due to the death of the owner, or if the business become insolvent or it completely dissolves, okay, or due to the lunacy or illness of the proprietor, if the proprietor is not well, okay, then it may lead to its closure. And as we know that in sole proprietorship there is one owner, so if anything happens to the owner, nobody else will be there to take over the business. So ultimately what will happen? Ultimately the business will get closed. So there is limited life of the business. That is why we say that in sole proprietorship there is limited life of the business. The business cannot continue for a longer period if something happens to the owner, because nobody else is there to take over the business, because he is the only one owner, right? Now the third is unlimited liability. As we have studied in the previous, topic also, in the features of sole proprietorship, unlimited liability means the owner or the sole proprietorship or the sole proprietor has unlimited liability. Unlimited liability means what? See, the liability of sole proprietor is unlimited. They have unlimited liability in case the assets of business are not sufficient to meet its debts. The personal property of sole proprietor can be used for paying debts. It means that if the sole proprietor, if he is liable to pay any debts, okay, if he has taken any loan or some amount of money from anybody else, then he has to repay the money, okay. So if he is not able to repay the money, then he has to sell his assets of the business, means his machineries, equipments, etc. He has to sell those assets, okay, of the business. He has to sell the properties of the business, and he has to meet the debts, okay. Anyhow he has to pay back the money, right? So to pay the money, he has, if no other option is there, if he is not having any money in his hand, then he has to sell out his business property also to pay the debt. And if the business property is also not sufficient, then he has to use his personal property also for paying the debts, okay. Means only the means he is the only owner, okay. So the liability is not limited only to the business, okay. Means if he is not able to pay the money or debts, okay, then he has to what? Sell out the personal property also for paying the debts, right? Now the next is limited managerial ability. See the explanation. In sole proprietorship firm, all the activities are performed by a single individual. A single individual cannot be expert in all the fields. Sole trader can't be good in all aspects of business, and he can't afford to employ experts also. Very simple. Limited managerial ability. See, limited managerial ability means in sole proprietorship form of organization, there is only single individual who is managing the business, okay, managing the activities of the business, carrying out the activities of the business. Nobody else is there to manage the business, okay. So a single individual cannot be expert in all the fields, like he is the one who is managing the business, right? So it is not compulsory that he is expert in all the fields, okay. So sole trader can't be good in all the aspects, okay. And plus he can't afford the afford to employ expert also, means he can, like, he is, like, he cannot be good in all the aspects, okay, he cannot be good in all the fields, okay, in some field he may do good, okay, but in others he may not. So that is why it is said that they have limited managerial ability, because they are not able to manage each and everything by their own, because they are not expert in each and every field. Plus they cannot hire anybody else, okay, as generally in sole proprietorship form of organization, the organization or the business is very small, okay, so they have limited funds, also they have limited money with them, so they do not have any fund or money to hire the employees from outside, or to hire the experts from outside for their business, right? So in that way, this is a disadvantage of sole proprietorship, that they are not able to manage each and every area, because they are not expert in each and every field, right? For example, I'll give you an example. If a manager, okay, if a manager, like, he may be a good salesperson, okay, he is good in selling, but not a good manager, okay, means he is good in selling, but he is not able to manage the other things of the organization, okay. So in this way we say that they have limited managerial skills, okay, because they are not expert in all the aspects, okay. So these were the merits and demerits of the sole proprietorship, right? Students, as we know that there are different forms of business organization, so we have completed now about the, like, we have completed the sole proprietorship form of organization. We have studied about the meaning of sole proprietorship, characteristics, features of sole proprietorship, merits and demerits of sole proprietorship, right? Now we are going to move to the next form of business, that is joint Hindu family business. Today we are going to begin with the second form of business, that is joint Hindu family business. Let us start now. See, joint Hindu family business. Let us understand the meaning of it. It is owned by the members of undivided joint Hindu family and managed by the eldest member or manager of the family, known as Karta. See student, joint Hindu family business, as the name suggests, this is a family business, okay. This is nothing like to like a company or not anything, okay. This is just a family business which we do, okay, like a big joint family, and they are doing the family business, okay. So in this it is said that it is owned by the members of joint Hindu family, means it is owned, who is the owner? The owner are the members of the family itself, okay. The members of the joint family itself are the owner of this business, okay. And the business is managed by whom? See, it is written, it is managed by the eldest member. Eldest member means who is the eldest one, okay, who is the eldest member, and he is known as what? He is known as Karta, the eldest member of the family, or the manager of the family is known as your Karta, who will be the eldest member, right? So joint Hindu family is what? Joint Hindu family is nothing but a kind of family business, okay. And this family business is owned by who is the owner of this business? The member of the family itself, okay, the member of the family itself. And who is going to manage the business? Who is the head of the business? The eldest member of the family, okay. Who is the eldest member of the family? He is the manager of the business, and he is known as what? He is known as Karta, okay, Karta. Now see the next point. And the other members who get a share in the profit of joint Hindu family business are known as co-partners. See students, one is the eldest member of the family, and other members of the family are the member of the business, okay. So those members are the one who gets the share in the profit, means they are also the member of the business, okay. So whatever the profit is earned in the business, they also earn some profit of their share, okay. And the other members who are there in the business are known as what? Co-partners, okay. So the other members are known as co-partners. Okay, so here we come to know that the manager of the family or the head of the family who is managing the business is known as karta, and the other members of the family are known as co-partners, right? So the head is known as karta and the other members of the family who are in the business are known as co-partners. Okay, it is just equivalent to co-partners, right? So co-partners, right? See the next point, it is governed by the provisions of Hindu law, means it is simple. Okay, it is governed by the provisions of Hindu law means whatever the, like whatever will be the method of regulating the business, it will be simple as per the Hindu law, because it is not a company, it is not an industry, this is just a family business. Okay, so according to the Hindu law, it will be managing, like they will be managing their business, right? Now the next is, the basis of membership is birth in a particular family, means who can become the member, the one who has taken the birth in that family. That's very simple. Okay, so like for example, if you are having a business, so any child which like who takes birth in the family, he or she automatically becomes the member of the business. Okay, so there is simple way of becoming the member. Okay, see the next sentence, the common properties includes minimum 2 male members must be there in the family, and existence of some ancestral property, means how you can start the joint family business, means there should be at least what, minimum 2 male members must be there. Okay, 2 male members must be there in the family. Okay, and plus you should have the ancestral property with you, so that you can start your family business, joint family business, right? Now we are going to start with the next topic, that is features of joint Hindu family business. See, what are the characteristics features of joint Hindu family business? The first is formation. Okay, how joint Hindu family business is formed. See the explanation. There should be at least 2 members in a family and some ancestral property to be inherited by them to form this type of business. That's very correct. There should be at least 2 members in the family, as we have studied in the meaning also here. Okay, it means minimum 2 members are required to start the business, plus they should have the ancestral property. Okay, पूर्वजों की संपत्ति जो होती है ना, ancestral property, that should be there with them. Okay, then only they can start joint Hindu family business, right? Now the next is liability. Okay, liability of karta is unlimited, but of all the other members is limited to the extent of their share in property. See student, liability means how much, like the sum of money which they are liable to pay. Okay, the amount of money which they are liable to pay. So the liability of karta is unlimited. Unlimited means the karta has unlimited liability, means he has to pay the debt. Okay, and plus if he is not able to pay the debt, then he has to sell the business property also, and even if that is not sufficient, then he has to sell his personal property also to pay the debts, right? And the other members means the co-partners. Okay, the other member of the business have limited liability. Limited liability means they will pay only that much of which they have the share in the property, right? They have the limited liability, they will pay only that much amount to the extent of their share in the property. Okay, according to the share they will gain the money also, they will enjoy the profit also, and according to the share they have to pay the liability also. So their liability is limited, but the liability of karta, okay, who is the head of the business, his liability is unlimited, right? Now the third is control. It's very easy. In this, business is managed and controlled by whom? The karta. Karta is the head of the family and he is the eldest member of the family and he is the manager of the Hindu family business. Okay, so all the powers are in the hand of karta only. Okay, he is the only one who completely manages and controls the business. Okay, and the other members are can suggest him only, right? The other members who are the members of the business, he can give, like they can give their suggestions to him, but all the decision making power and all the control power is in the hand of karta itself, who is the head of the business and the family, right? Now the fourth is minor members. Okay, generally the minor members are your members. Now, minor members. See the explanation. A minor can also become full-fledged member of the family business. A child becomes a member by birth only, so there is no restriction for minor members to become a member of the business. That's very correct. See the minor members of the family. Okay, so the minor members of the family, like they can also become the member of the family business. That's very correct. Okay, as we have studied in the definition also, that a child becomes a member by birth. Okay, when a child takes birth in a family, he automatically becomes the member of that family business. So there is no restriction of minor members, means even the minor members who are below the age of 18, okay, or 16, okay, they also can become the member of the business. Okay, to become the member of the business, there is no restriction for the minor members also, they can become the member of the business easily, right? So these were the feature characteristics of joint Hindu family business. So we have completed the second form of business organization also, that is joint Hindu family business. Okay, in joint Hindu family business we have studied about the meaning of joint Hindu family business and the characteristics features of joint Hindu family business. Okay, and in our next class we will start with the next form of business, that is partnership form of business. Okay, so till now we have completed the two form of business, that is sole proprietorship and joint Hindu family business. Okay, so we have completed these two, and in our next class we will start with the third form of business, that is partnership, right? So that was it for today. Further topics we will continue in the next class. Till then, thank you.